Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. If you are new to this channel, my name is Frank Tu and I'm a college professor teaching sociology, history and philosophy. I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer. If you have observed an attractive person and wondered how their good looks have shaped their experiences, you are not the only one, because researchers, social scientists like me have always been interested in studying how physical attractiveness impacts various aspects of life of those who are considered as attractive, such as beautiful women or handsome men. Today, I want to make a short video talking about some of the advantages of being beautiful and some of the downsides and hidden costs of keeping good looks. It may be difficult to define beauty. Some people believe that there are universal standards to judge beauty. Others insist that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. By the way, I've made several videos talking about beauty by looking at it from both philosophical and practical perspectives. Anyway, regardless of how beauty is defined, we all agree that some people are perceived as more physically attractive than others. However, what is more important for social scientists is the fact that most people are biased in favor of those whom we consider as beautiful. As a matter of fact, there were social scientists who proposed a theory known as beauty bias theory. According to this theory, individuals who are considered physically attractive are typically perceived more positively than their less attractive peers. For some people, beauty seems so shallow and superficial. But the truth is that such a bias for beauty exists everywhere and all the time, and it begins literally in our eyes. If you are observant enough, you will notice that some people often unconsciously assign positive traits like higher intelligence and competence to physically attractive individuals. Beautiful faces capture our attention more often than others. In a sociological study that was done on a college campus, both male and female students were sent by their sociology professor to approach their fellow students and try to get them to sign a petition. It turned out that the more attractive the sociology students were, the more signatures they were able to get. Many studies have been done in other areas as well, including employment opportunities, pay raise, and even traffic fines. The research results have been similar. Physically more attractive people almost always fare better. By the way, in the field of sociology, this social phenomena is also known as halo effect. There is no doubt that beauty brings advantages. First of all, attractive people often find it easier to establish relationships. We are drawn to people whom we consider as physically attractive. We are more likely to make friends with attractive people than others. Now you may ask why. Well, there seems to be no definite answer, but a few possibilities exist. First, we enjoy being in the company of people who are aesthetically appealing, in the same way as we enjoy a beautiful landscape or a pleasant piece of music. There is even scientific evidence. One research shows that the areas of our brain which normally respond to food and money are also activated when we see beautiful faces. Secondly, people tend to associate physical attractiveness with other desirable qualities, which is known as the "what is beautiful is good" stereotype. Such a stereotype is often created by mass media, such as movies, which often portray good people as handsome and beautiful and bad guys as ugly. Finally, which may be a result of human evolution, our brains often link good looks to health, strong genes, and reproductive fitness. For example, clear skin and bright eyes show a strong immune system. A symmetrical and balanced face means a person grew up without major disease or stress. Not only do physically attractive people enjoy advantages in social relationships, having a beautiful appearance is also an advantage in many other aspects of life. For example, good-looking people are more successful in the job market and get paid more. Some studies show that attractive individuals earn an estimated 5% to 10% more income over their lifetimes than their peers. As a college professor myself, I know it for a fact that pretty female professors at colleges and universities get better evaluations from students. In politics, good-looking politicians usually attract more audience in public gatherings and do better in elections. When it comes to legal cases, attractive defendants face lower conviction rates and receive lighter punishments. In everyday life, men who think they are interacting with an attractive woman formed more positive impressions of her personality and are friendlier in their conversational behavior. The same is true with women, of course. However, it is interesting to note that physical attractiveness is no guarantee for health, happiness, or high self-esteem. Being beautiful can have its risks and costs. A case in point is the life of the famous movie star in the 1950s and 60s, Marilyn Monroe. She was considered the most beautiful woman of her time, and yet she was vulnerable and always felt insecure. There are a couple of reasons why beauty does not always bring happiness. First, highly attractive people can't always tell if the attention and praise they receive is due to their talent or just their good looks. Such uncertainty often leads to low self-confidence in terms of talents and abilities, especially because of the common belief that the pretty people are less talented people. Furthermore, research shows that attractive appearance leads to more risky behavior, especially among young people. For example, the more attractive a teenager is, the greater the likelihood that they will party and drink more alcohol than others. Another burden of beauty is the pressure to maintain one's physical appearance. Such pressure can have unhealthy effects, as when men take steroids to build muscles and women overdiet to lose weight. Among young women in particular, an obsession with thinness can give rise to serious eating disorders. According to a study in America in 2020, approximately 24 million people suffer from an eating disorder. The same study also points out that although eating disorders traditionally were considered as affecting women only, there are more and more men who are suffering from eating disorders. Although I talked about the downsides and hidden costs of beauty, I have to stress that good-looking people are very often judged to be smart, successful, happy, well-adjusted, sociable, confident, and assertive. Attractive people, especially pretty females, get faster service, free extras, or easier entry into social circles and networks. They have more friends, better social skills. Physical attraction also leads to more active sexual life, greater physical intimacy and connection, helping partners feel more bonded and attached to each other. All of this explains why billions of dollars a year are spent on makeups, fitness activities, shaving, waxing, hair coloring, perfumes, tattoos, body piercings, cosmetic surgery, and enlarging or reducing breast size. It is all because beauty brings so many advantages. Well, I think that is all that I wanted to talk about in today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.